Right, we are back. Lots of people have asked for this since I popped up the video. So I kind of came across this by accident. I'm not sure if it's been done before. I haven't seen it done before. So this is just normal art scratch paper that you can kind of draw any design that you want onto really quick and easy. And we're going to transfer that into a piece of jewelry. So I'm going to show you the way that I've done it so far. I mean, this is going to need some tinkering and some adjustments to make this absolutely perfect, but it could give you some ideas. So these are the jewelry sets I got from Amazon. They come with the glass cabochons and the actual bezels themselves. Now I have done this with glass. I'm not saying you can't do this with resin. I haven't got that far yet. I thought I'd give you the first video now and then we can kind of do some updates and work together, I suppose, in the comments and make this work in a different way. So UV resin really doesn't like glass, so I'm going to sand down the back this time because you can have some trouble getting it to adhere. But you could try using the cabochon mold that I normally use in my videos to make epoxy domes and then go from there if you wanted to, but I'm just doing it the way that I've already done it for now. So to begin with, we just place one of our cabochons onto our scratch paper and then just trace around it, just so we've got the size ready. And then what we do is we just remove that and we cut around the inner part of that white line. Now you could try other shapes, you don't have to use the oval. There are lots of shapes with that cabochon mold that I've mentioned that you've seen me used many times before. So once you have that oval shape cut out, you know it's going to fit quite nicely. You might have to trim off a little bit of excess to get it to fit like so. And now we just need to get the design that we want onto this. This is where this gets really kind of endless. With the way that I'm going to do it, I know a lot of you are not going to be able to do this at the moment, and that is using my laser. Now you can try freehand and you could do lots of things. Use your imagination. There's lots of different things that this can be, lots of different methods that you could try to get this to work. I do have another video coming soon which is kind of similar to this without the use of a laser. So just bear with me. Okay, so this is the new XTool F1 laser system, portable laser system and filtration unit. Many of you have already seen me use this in hashtag 166, so I'm not going to go too deep into the the whole machine and what it does, but I'm going to show you just how quick and incredible this machine can be. As before, there is that discount code in the description box below. For those who have already purchased the system, all I've done is selected the default material of art scratch paper. So I've sent the image to the machine. I've made sure that the laser head is focused. I have my safety goggles on because I have that protective screen up, and I'm just going to push start, and that will then begin the process. This machine is absolutely incredible. It is so fast. As always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a copy of Super Thanks, and to any new subscribers. We're already at the halfway mark. It's that fast. You see some patches are a bit wider than what I'd want, so I could crank down the power by 1 or 2 notches if I wanted to make this 100% perfect. That is just how quick this machine is. But I'm going to work with that. I'm really happy with the detail in there. It's gone through a little bit deeper in some of the areas, but again, it's going to differ on different scratch paper materials, different brands. Just play around. If you get patches like that, then just crank it down 1 or 2 on the power. So now I've just put my little picture inside a silicone tray, and I'm just going to apply some of my UV resin up and down. Some of it is going to spill out, but we do not really want any bubbles. So then we're going to place our glass cabochon over the top and then just push it down so that UV resin spreads out to the outer edge like so, and then we're going to give that a couple of minutes cure under our lamp. Okay, so there is the image bonded to the glass. Again, there is overspill. Now this is where I kind of discovered that this would work, and it was by accident, because I was cleaning off some of the resin and it peeled away from the glass. And what happened, so if I begin to peel the paper from the back, you'll see what's left. Now that is pretty incredible in itself, and that it won't rub off. It's set onto that glass. Now this is something I think that we could do a lot with, and I know there's lots of different ways of transferring images into our work, but this is just incredible, with the added bonus of the laser machine to get the detail. But again, you could just scratch on your own designs and do it that way and play around with the backing afterwards. So now I'm just going to use a fine grade sandpaper and just take that excess off, because if I cut that, it's going to risk pulling it away from that glass bezel. It's not a bezel, it's a cabochon. Ugh. But I know I can simplify this. So once sanded, we are left with a nice portrait cab. Now this is where my next idea kind of came in, because I put it in and you could see the dots behind the frame. Now you could colour that and fill that in, I suppose, but I decided to try gold foil. And now the gold foil wouldn't really adhere to this now, so we need to just give it a very thin brush with some UV resin and give it a semi-cure. So just a blob really. Then just using my brush that I normally use for my UV resin, I'm just going to evenly cover the back. And then maybe 10 seconds, if that, under my light, just to create a tacky, that will do, just a tacky kind of resin. Now I'm just taking my gold leaf out of my pot. I'm just going to apply that to that sticky resin, and then just coat the whole back. It's that simple. And then all we need to do is just brush off any excess and make sure that it's clean. You can use your finger now and just make sure that that's fully bonded with that UV resin. And just to make sure everything's sealed in and it's not going to move around, I've taken off any of the excess. I'm just going to apply another thin coat, just hold everything in, brush that over and cure it again. So now all we need to do is glue that into our bezel. Now I'd recommend using an E6000 for this. E6000 is a really strong glue. I don't have any, so I'm just going to, for the video, just use some super glue for now. Improvise, why not? I mean, super glue is good, but I definitely use a stronger bonding glue. Make sure it's the right way up as well. Just squeeze together. And I've just cleaned up the front with some isopropanol. As always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed, hit that button for me. Let me know in the comments what you think about simplifying this, or ideas without a laser. Yeah, here we go. I love the antique look that it gives. It really is. And it really does shine that gold through. Really nicely. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure I will simplify it, but you could just do it like this and then find alternative ways of using them. Right, hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.